welcome everyone to our special episode about our favorite albums from 2025, which is last year. We already covered favorite episodes from all of the quarters, the 4 quarters of 2025. But now it's the big one. It's the big episode where we're gonna each bring our top 10 or top whatever and try to argue with everyone and try to make a final list with all of our try to, get a top 10 together. All right, we're gonna fight to the death.
Yeah,
And
it's a
the
big fight.
winner, yeah, exactly. So, all right, who are we? I am Dave. I started Can This Even Be Called Music a while ago, and it's still going despite no one reading it. But I'm having fun. So, Bishop,
I'm Bishop. I've written reviews for Can This Even Be Called Music? I actually did read it before writing for the blog because it's a great resource for just finding new bands. There's no ads. It's easy to use. It's extremely thorough. That's who I am.
I'm Jeff. I also read Can This Even Be Called Music and then helped Dave out by relaunching the website in WordPress and then kind of taking over webmaster duties. And I wrote some articles myself and helped start this podcast.
I'm Matt, longtime reader, first time listener. No, I contributed some written reviews quite a long time ago and have very much enjoyed being part of the podcast. The past, 2 years have we been doing this? Doesn't feel like it, but
yeah, two
Yeah.
years.
That is crazy.
it really
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Yep.
What are you wearing, Matt?
I have on my Kylie
Let's go
Minogue
backwards.
t-shirt.
Oh,
Kylie
yeah.
goddess.
Wow.
Okay.
So nice.
I got a new Opeth shirt from the latest show I went to.
Heck.
Wow.
Nice.
Looks neat.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know, a sorceress design or?
I think it's from Orchid.
Okay,
Oh, going way back.
Yeah.
cool.
Originally, I was going to be shirtless. We ultimately decided that didn't make much sense. So I went with Primitive Man today. Primitive Man, heaviest band of all time on my top
Big
10
sludge.
list. Big old band. Big
Yep.
guys in the big band.
And I'm wearing a Holy Fawn shirt. It's an old shirt, so it's very tight. It's the shirt that shrank. It's not me that got fat. Swear.
The muscle shirt.
Yeah, exactly. And I also have something to show off
Hmm?
because I just got this beauty.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, this band, if you don't know this band, it's Angine de Poitrine. They just recently exploded on the web. I think it's because of their KEXP live set.
Yeah.
It's two crazy guys from Saguenay, where I come from, and they're great. They're very, very good. Microtonal, loop-based math, psychedelic rock duo. It's crazy. Nobody does it like them, so go and check them out. So, I think I have duties to be the first one to go with my top 10.
Take
All
it
right.
away.
So,
Excited.
all right, this is gonna be a tough one because um during the year I usually keep note of my favorite, releases of every month, every week. And I had about 500
Mm.
albums marked. So I just finished, from January to now, I just finished going through all of them. and did a quick amalgamation to try and rank them in a somewhat plausible way. At first, I separated them by genre or vibe-based categories, and I'm gonna be putting them on the blog in written form. But today, I'm just gonna put the amalgamation ranking. So number 10. Number 10 is going to Mildred. We already talked about Mildred, the part
Wow.
one, which is the second album. And it's very long. It's very good. It's very, how would you say that? Like open-hearted. It's like,
Raw.
yeah, raw. Yeah, that's it. It's, go watch our episode where we discuss this album very thoroughly. Number 9, going to Yowie with Taking Umbrage. Umbrage, they're
Umbrage.
Umbrage. They're going they're experimental kind of math rock trio, right? From I think California, is that right?
Uh, St. Louis.
St. Louis. Oh, all right. Uh,
But aren't they in different places now?
Misery.
Or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Misery.
yeah. Now they're yeah. Jack, the
Okay.
guitarist, is Australia, and
All right.
Ephraim is in New York.
Well, they've been a crazy band since the start. I think their first album is Cryptoology, is that right? And with the last one, they keep getting crazy, and I don't know how they do it, but it's just staying relevant. So it's great, great album. Number 8 goes to Echo Bravo, the Denmark based noise rock that I've likened to maybe Black Midi. Sounded a bit like a Danish Black Midi to me, at least, something like that. This album is very good, and I really hope they kind of explode on the web with that album because I think they need to be more heard across the world. Number 7, it's ILO with their new album Legacy. So, this is a very maybe more standard progressive metal album. Melodic, great vocals, great riffs, atmospheric, and a bit like maybe Tesseract. There's a bit of that. Uh, yeah, it's great. They're great guys from the UK. Go check them out. Where am I? Number 6. Number 6. Going to, I don't know how to say that, but Uliata Digir. Okay.
Okay,
Uliata Digir. Let's go with that.
sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. Sounds like a thing. They're an avant-garde black metal band from Poland. I don't have much to say about that because you just need to hear it. It's wild. But it's good. It's great. I think it's my favorite black metal album of the year. So that says
Whoa.
something. Yeah.
Okay, I need to hear this. I don't remember this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you do need to.
I'll have to check it out.
Number 5 goes to Connor Kaminsky with his album Tapestry. Um, it's kind of a progressive metal artist. I think he's a guitar player. It's kind of in the new prog genre with the likes of Pliny and maybe C2A. Yeah, it's great. It's very I think it's a sensible album, very touching, great. There's vocals on a few tracks if I remember correctly. It's very jazzy, very guitar oriented, obviously, but it's great. Go check him out. Number 4, kind of in the same genre, it's Asymmetric Universe with their album A Memory of What Came After. This is an instrumental band from Italy. They really, really, really impressed me with their first album, which was called When Reality Disarticulates, I think. It's just, a masterpiece of guitar playing, drum and bass playing. Obviously, they're all very, very talented people doing very impressive music. It's very jazzy, but it has that, metal sound to it too. Bass is just shredding and slapping all the way. Like very, very impressive stuff. And their new album doesn't disappoint. But we're going to the top three now with number three, which is model actress. I don't know if,
Nice.
yeah, you've heard about that.
Yeah.
It's a post-punk experimental rock
Noise
project
rock.
from New York. Yeah, noise rock from New York. I think I think the maybe the basis of the sound of the album is um like echo or delay on guitar and doing riffs with that. It's everywhere on that album, but it's great. It's very good. I had for a long time the album from Skinner, which is another maybe more post-punk than this one, but I actually in the end I actually put Model Actress before Skinner. But it's great. You should listen to it, obviously. Number two goes to Changeling. Changeling, you guys know that, right?
I don't
You've
think I listened to
heard.
this one.
No?
I don't think so.
I checked it out.
Oh wait, it's the Alien album, right?
Alien? I don't
It's
know.
got Alien on it. What's
Maybe.
it called?
Changeling.
I think
Maybe
Changeling. Changeling. I don't know if you'd call that an alien. It's kind of a
some kind of entity
face.
guy.
It's a face with things. I don't know.
Okay.
With
Okay.
an eye.
Okay.
So yeah, it's progressive death metal at its finest, I think. Great riffs, great proficiency on guitar, bass, drums, vocals. Everything sounds great. Everything sounds violent and very impressive stuff too. So check them out. And number one, is there any question right now? It's Snooze. It's Snooze.
Wow.
Yep, it's Snooze.
Wow.
It's the album that maybe left its mark the most on me from last year. It's just so good. It's just so good. There's no, I don't know. I've got no argument for it. It's just good. You just listen to it and you feel bad, but it's good because it's
that was a theme on a lot of
it's
albums in
emotional. It's
2025. We're like, this is
yeah,
depressing and awesome.
depressing and awesome. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Go listen to it.
That
Good album.
that album didn't make me feel sad. I thought it was, I mean, it's kind of happy sounding to me.
It is, but
It's
it's
emotional.
yeah,
Yeah, it's got a
yeah,
balance. It kind of goes through an emotional journey, which is certainly a compliment.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Maybe maybe it's less sad than their previous album, which was about a dog's life, I think. A dog's life viewed from the eyes of the dog, something like that. Which is an amazing premise for a concept album.
Didn't
And
Ethel Duath do that?
really, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think Ethel Duath has an album called Through My Dog's Eyes.
Oh, maybe I'm not the biggest fan of FL Maybe not fan because I like them, but not the best scholar.
Scholar.
I feel the same way. They were always a band that popped up when it was like, here's some avant-garde stuff to listen to, and I
Hmm.
never like really loved it. But yeah, Through My Dog's Eyes, 2009.
All right, so maybe that album from Snooze is a ripoff,
An homage.
maybe. There's two ways of seeing it. And that's it for me.
Nice list.
Yeah.
Cool list.
Thanks.
Did you have any like, first 2 or 3 albums that just missed the cut that you want to like honorable mention?
I don't know. I didn't keep them in my. Obviously, there's the Rosalia album, the pop album, Luke's. It's very good. It's my favorite pop album, but it didn't make the list. There's two very good jazz albums that barely made the list, almost made the list. I mean, the Yaz Ahmed album and the Su Yuhan album too. Two great releases. Yaz Ahmed is more maybe folkish, like Arabic sounding, while the Su Yuhan one is more avant-garde or maybe a bit of a crossover with classical music. Um, in the black metal category, I've got Grey Aura, which came
Yeah.
second in my black metal list, and Imperial Triumphant number 3 too. In Prague, there's been so many good Prague albums. The Lema Azure one, I thought it would make the list, but it didn't in the end. The Pitom band from Yoshi Fruchter, it's great, kind of klezmer rock. It's very good. And also the Motor Psycho album, psychedelic rock, just didn't make it. Ginger, a very good album with Dual, great riffs, very groovy, but didn't make it. There's Pneu, the French mathcore band, which I ranked one step below Yaoi, but didn't make the cut. Kriegschor, avant-garde death metal, didn't make it. I think Scardust, symphonic uh, prog metal from Israel, very good album with souls. I could name many of them. Agriculture didn't make the cut. I'm gonna make some sad boys in the room. I know.
No need.
No.
It's in 2 lists.
There's the Kivik album, a Chile from Chile, an art rock project which was very good, and I thought it would make the list too, but I had to downrank it. Der Weg einer Freiheit released an amazing new atmospheric black metal album. I wish I could have talked about it more. New Weeping Source, Primitive Man, all great stuff. Bionoise Generator too, incredible stuff. U-Boa released 2 albums this year. They're both great. Go check her out. Portal to the Goddamn Blood Dimension. It's a weird experimental post-rock album. Very good. Go check them out. And also the new Algorithm album and the Tenebran album. I put them both in kind of synth stuff, but they're both very different. Tenebran is more almost synthwave, chill wave vibes. I need some water.
Do you like Town Portal?
I'm sorry, Town Portal? Yeah, it was
Town
great.
Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also good.
Good call.
Kind of
Yep.
kind of similar to Snooze a little bit.
I don't know.
They're tricky mathy bands that
Yeah.
have something sweethearted to say ultimately. Crushed under something gentle. Okay, that's you could imagine that on a Snooze album, I think.
Yeah, but I have very different vibes from listening to them,
Maybe music is subjective. I don't know if
No,
that's true or
I
don't
reject
know.
that.
Well, yeah, I don't actually know if that's true or not. It's just something I've heard. It's like a adage, I guess.
Each of our
That's
top 10s is actually objectively correct, even though they're different.
Simultaneously, yeah.
That's quantum relativity.
True.
All right. Who's going next?
So I'm up next. I'll start with my number 10, which is Awcrust Waving at the Sky, my Q2 pick. Definitely takes a lot of influence from Opeth. I like the theme and aesthetic of the album. It was a concept album based on real life events of a tragic family abuse case in Norway, and the music videos depict that. So really, really cool album, I thought. My number 9 is Coheed and Cambria Vaxis 3, The Father Make Believe.
Oh, wow.
Bishop, I know you don't like Coheed,
Coheed.
but
No, it's
I love them.
okay.
And I did like this album better than their previous one, Vaxis 2.
I'm just gonna cut you off because I need to say that, but I finally finished the Amory Wars comic
Yeah.
books.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's a
I need
fun
to read
read.
those sometime. I've never really
It's a
read them.
fun read. I don't know if they're gonna do the Year of the Black Rainbow then after, now they just released No World for Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that is the Year of the Black Rainbow, which is kind
Yeah.
of chapter one of their story. I don't know if they're gonna put that into comics, but I hope so. It's
Cool.
fun.
Next, for number 8, I have Anamanaguchi Anyway. They were primarily a chiptune band before this album, and they took like a bit of a left turn and turned it into like indie punk math rock. Recorded
Really?
it in the American Football House, put that on the cover, and it's a very, very strange direction for the band, but it fit, and as an album I came back to throughout the year a bit.
I missed that
Um,
one. That
yeah,
sounds
it's,
cool.
it's interesting. It's just like so different from what they're used to doing. So really enjoyed that.
All right. I'll go check them out. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Number 7, I have Dream Theater's Parasomnia, their first album back with Mike Portnoy. Some great songs, just classic Dream Theater sound. The big issue I have with it is they used AI in the album art, and that's just Hugh Syme
Yeah.
being lazy, and
I
they should have dropped Hugh Syme like years ago.
yeah. I don't
I
think
don't know
it's,
why.
their fault. It's
Yeah.
very the artist's fault.
Yeah,
But he's been bad for a long time,
yeah.
so
The generic clip art style that he's done for Dream
yeah.
Theater has never really served them well, I don't think. But it's
They love
still a
it.
good album.
Love him.
I saw Dream Theater play the album live, which was cool.
Oh, cool.
The second leg of their recent tours was the Parasomnia tour, and
So
that was
wait,
really good.
where do you put Parasomnia in their discography?
Their discography, I like it better than most of the Mangini era albums, but
Obviously.
I wouldn't place it above like any of their classic albums, really. Like Scenes from Memory is still number 1 for me. Images and Words, Awake, those are all up there. 6 Degrees, Train of Thought, Octavarium, those are all top the list. So below those, but maybe like near the top of or above the Mangini era
Is
stuff.
is it better than Falling into Infinity for you?
Yeah, I don't know. Falling into Infinity, it kind of shifts on my list
Yeah.
when I'm in the mood for it, but I'd say it might be above Falling into Infinity for me. Yeah,
Because there's people who love Falling into Infinity and
yeah.
there's people who hate it.
I love
I'm kind of in the
parts of
love
it.
group.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
parts of it. As a whole, it's not as strong as some of their other stuff, but I do like parts of it.
Okay. Fair.
Number 6, I have Stephen Wilson's The Overview.
Hmm.
I really like this one because it was just like 2 prog epics about space, and Stephen Wilson, he goes in so many different directions on his stuff. He either goes more prog or more experimental. This is more in the prog area, but I really enjoyed this album. And it came right after their last one, The Harmony Codex, which I'd say is a little more in the experimental Stephen Wilson zone, but this was a good one. Number 5, I have Desiderium Keys to the Palace, Matt's Q1 pick. Great prog metal, very Devin Townsend inspired. Definitely one of my favorite albums of the year. Number 4, I have Dave, your number 1 pick, Snooze, I Know How You Will Die.
Hell yeah.
And your Q2 pick. Really enjoyed this album, and really good math rock. Love it.
Don't snooze on it.
Yeah, don't snooze on it. Number 3, I have my Q4 pick, Spock's Beard, the Archaeoptimist.
Okay.
It's Spock's Beard returning to their classic sound. And you can watch our episode with that to hear my full thoughts on that. But definitely returning to the classic Spock's Beard sound, which was just perfect for me. And number 2 is an album that I didn't actually hear until 2026, but I wish I had heard it earlier. More on Police, Pachinko. And it's like awesome prog metal. My favorite part of the album is the title track, which is split into 2 pieces, 2 parts. I've just listened to this album over and over since I discovered it.
That album is very you.
Yeah. And I've gone back and listened to some of their other albums, and although I like this album of theirs best, but all their stuff is great. And I wish I'd heard it last year, because it probably would have been my pick in one of our other episodes if I had heard it.
Yeah, they're fun. They're a fun band. Very, very energetic music.
Yeah.
Fast and fun.
Yeah. And my number 1, Between the Buried and Me, The Blue Nowhere, my Q3 pick. It's what I was hoping Colors 2 would be. Between the Buried and Me, we released Colors 2, and really solid prog metal. Go listen to the episode with my thoughts on that. I'm excited to see them live again this May. They just announced a new tour. And
do you know it's about a hotel?
Yeah.
I know you told me that last time.
Yeah,
Hotel?
Yeah.
The album art kind of depicts that. But it's
I'm not intelligent, or I'm not classy.
It's sort of a concept album. Am I right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're going to be playing live this May, so I'm excited to see them there. And
Imperial Triumphant and The World is a Beautiful Place, and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die.
That's going to be an interesting,
sick show.
So I was hoping that I would get one with Thank You Scientists, since it's been a while since I've seen them, but that's still a good lineup that I'll be seeing.
Well, what happened with Thank You Scientists this year? I think some band members left, right?
Did they?
Do I remember correctly? There's been some drama, I think.
Reddit would know.
Oh.
I haven't heard much about them in a while, so I know 2 members left Haken, but I haven't heard anything about Thank You Scientists.
Well, there's Haken, yeah, obviously, but yeah, it's Cody McCory.
So they have a new bassist.
Yeah, but they shared that in January, so it's this year.
Okay, interesting.
So maybe you could fill on bass.
Had to turn in the lab coat. He's kicked out of the lab.
Yeah.
That's sad. I've not really ever listened to them.
You would hate them.
Yeah, probably.
Hate them? There's been one album that we've talked about on the podcast that I would say I like patently hated. Everything else I thought was cool, but just like I don't really revisit it. There was just one.
Which was it?
Which one you're talking about?
I don't remember.
I think it was, yeah, I mean, I feel bad. We've dogged on this guy so much, and it's
is it
like,
the AI cyborg lady?
yeah.
Okay,
You can, if you want a very thorough obliteration of this band, then just look back on the episodes. And
That's not the one I thought.
No?
I thought you were going to go back to the first episode of the Hourglass album,
Oh yeah.
which was like,
oh man,
Like-
well, I forgot about that one. Also
I actually did
unusual.
listen to the second Lifting Line Theory album,
Mm.
and I actually liked the title track from it.
nice.
Yeah, and so like in your list, you were like, yeah, I have Coheed and Cambria on mine. Sorry, Bishop. Like they are, I have disliked them for a very long time, but I'm only willing to hold on to those feelings for so long. Like if something, if the new Coheed is, if I listen to it and I think it's good, then okay, it's good. I don't have to insist, no, I hate them and I can never like them. But maybe Lifting Line Theory, maybe they got good. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I think the early Coheed and Cambria is better. That's my opinion, you know. And maybe you'd like their previous band, Shabuti.
Okay.
Yeah, just in my mind, it's more your vibe, but
Possibly, yeah.
and
Possibly.
Second Stage Turbine Blade too, first album they released as Coheed and Cambria.
I think I've listened to that one more than once. And if I
Yeah.
recall, I still just don't really like it.
Okay.
But it's been a while. I should revisit that and see if they're still living rent free in my head as like an annoying band to me, because I really don't know anymore.
It is okay not to like things.
It makes me feel bad, I guess, just because it's a band that brings people so much joy. I think I've talked about this before. If there's a band that brings so many people joy and I just hate it, it makes me feel bad because I want to feel the joy that the other people feel. You know, like I want in the club. So, yeah, I should revisit.
Well, do you hate it out of spite because you're not in the club?
No, I don't think it's that. I'm happy in my clubs, but I would be happy to join another once that day comes, if ever, I think is what I mean.
You're gonna become a child of the fence.
Is that the name of the Coheed fan base?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's actually a secret, bro. You would know if you were in the club, so take a step back. Uh is it my turn?
Yeah.
I wrote a good bit for each of these. I'll try and be quick because I'm the one who always goes on way too long.
That's what we love about you, so go on.
All right, let me sip water here.
The floor is yours.
He sip.
Let me sip the liquid IV. Number 10, Primitive Man. Review for this one is very short because it's just facts, okay? Heaviest band on earth, and it's not even close. They released the heaviest album of 2025. There's no surprise. I put them outside of like who's the heaviest band. In my opinion, Primitive Man is something separate, and then Devourment is at the top of heaviest bands. Number 9, Yellow Eyes, Confusion Gate. I have a hot take. This hot take, I wrote this last night when I was like kind of drunkenly falling asleep. Hot take in a sort of whose line is it anyway? Everything's made up and the points don't matter style contest. Imperial Triumphant is actually only the second most New York black metal band. And they're entirely about New York. That's why the take is hot, of course. Yellow Eyes is third most New York metal band, and Kralis is actually the most New York black metal band. But what Yellow Eyes has managed to do as a band is so patently cool and impressive to me because from like the very beginning, they've just had this vision of music kind of inspired by nature. Their musical thesis statement has been the same. and their logo has been the same. The logo on their 2012 record is just still the same logo on their Bandcamp, on their newest album. In 2012, they released Silence Threads the Evening's Cloth, which to me was a debut LP that essentially dug up the bones of second wave black metal and fashioned them into a dream catcher. Each album since then is an act of releasing what was caught in that dream catcher. The dreams of Yellow Eyes are odes to nature, and their lyrics are folk tales. Confusion Gate begins in the same way that Silence Threads the Evening's Cloth begins, with the music of wind and the singing of insects. Before a note is played, they insist that the music of nature be heard first. It's very cool. They're sweet guys. They're like, you know, green metal in that way, or yellow metal. Let's say yellow metal. Number 8.
Wait. I didn't know if you were finished, but I
Yeah,
understand that like that Krallice is the most New York black metal band.
of course.
I understand Imperial Triumphant is the most New York um, black metal band, or the second most, whatever.
Second most.
I feel like Imperial Triumphant, it's like it's Mamdani metal. It's very class
Anti-capitalist stuff.
conscious. I feel they're, you know, the flaws they're pointing out in their songs, they're very you know, class oriented.
I see what you're saying.
It's very Mamdani to me.
They
What?
predate him
Yeah,
as
they
as
do.
yeah.
They do. So either Mamdani listens to Imperial Triumphant, or Imperial Triumphant makes music for Mamdani. But I'm wondering what New York mayor is Krallice?
This is a sort of like game show type question that I wasn't really prepared to answer.
I've got the answer in this envelope.
It was just a joke of like Imperial Triumphant is they're all about New York City. That's their whole
Yeah.
thing. But in reality, let's be real, it's actually Krallice.
I think
Let's not
I
lie.
feel like that means two different things though, because like Imperial Triumphant's music centers New York City. It is about New York City. Krallice's music isn't about a location. Frankly, I don't know what Krallice's music is about, but it's very like heady and cerebral and sci-fi bordering almost. And it musically comes from a New York City place, but it's less the focus of the music. It's the origin of the music,
Of
but not
course.
the focus of it. Yeah.
And that's why it's a hot take. That is the basis of the take's temperature, I think. Because yeah, I agreed.
And
But sorry, go ahead.
oh, no, finish your thought.
I don't think I have more than that. I mean, this was basically just like this came to me in a dream, and I don't have a citation for it. That is the citation, you know?
But what makes Yellow Eyes New York to you?
I guess the sound. Just also,
Yeah.
I associate them with Krallice. They've been around for a while. Imperial Triumphant has also. I think Imperial Triumphant's first release is 2010, actually, and Yellow Eyes is 2012. But from just right out of the gate, Silence Threads, The Evening's Cloth, sounds like when I imagine black metal, I just inherently imagine Krallice because I think of Colin Marston. And
Yeah.
Yellow Eyes sounds like it exists in a sort of musically in the same place as Yellow Eyes. But I guess it's more of like the legendary status of Krallice itself, like compounded by the fact that Colin is in Krallice, makes it the ultimate New York black metal band. The influence there is like so pervasive that
Oh yeah.
that I think that they deserve the top spot. To me,
Mhm.
that tracks.
It do.
Number 8 is Defacement, Doomed. This will sound odd, but hear me out. A really good back rub. If you've ever had someone rub your back super good, okay? The way that it's super good is like sometimes you get the elbow in there, and then sometimes you do this, the karate chop, and then sometimes you switch it up and it's like, oh, surprise, I'm scratching now. That is how you do a super good back rub. It's variety and like there's an element of surprise there. Those are kind of also the qualities of like a great musical arrangement, so to speak. And Defacement is really good at arrangement. They are can just fluidly go from huge cavernous, I don't know, just like wailing to really fast and frantic. And that very, I don't want to say small, but that's a niche of music that's somewhat saturated. It's a little hard to stand out, but they're able to do it really well. And I think I found this through Can This Even Be Called Music? So I've listened to them for years and I just get happy anytime they release something. Number 7 is Pissgrave, Malignant Worthlessness.
Good
Worthlessness.
name.
Yeah, great name. This is also maybe sort of a hot take. I was saying in the chat, like some of my opinions here feel sassy, and I wasn't meaning to be sassy, but this kind of is. Um, so Pissgrave is death grind, but what is death grind? And like, what does that really mean? To me, death grind essentially means grindcore but heavier, with fewer rests and fewer breakdowns. And that's just how I interpret it. And based off of that interpretation, there aren't very many bands I feel that are like truly deserve to be called death grind. And if it does mean grindcore but heavier with fewer rests and fewer breakdowns, it's also interesting because that would kind of mean that the death part of death grind means something a little different than what death means in blackened death metal, which I generally interpret to mean we're a black metal band, but we like breakdowns also. Or alternatively, we're just a death metal band that doesn't mind tremolo picking or atmospheric sections. So the death bit there has like a slightly different function, I think. And just to be extra clear, war metal is just death grind, except you're more likely to
War?
be a Nazi. Yeah, that's what war metal is. But Pissgrave, they're like a Blue Moon natural D20 for real grindcore but heavier with no breaks death grind band. I waited years for that album. It is obscene and violent and pulverizing. I love it.
I
Number
feel like
6.
I feel
Sorry.
like death grind is, for me, grindcore with death metal vocals.
As
Uh,
opposed to what?
With grindcore vocals.
Yeah.
I
I
don't associate it with the vocal.
Yeah, to me,
No?
grindcore has a lot of the spirit of punk and hardcore still
Mm-hmm.
present in it, and death grind is more like coming at it from a death metal angle and just
Yeah.
accelerating and condensing death metal into something more furious, but without like the punk spirit necessarily.
My, my ideal death grind album in my mind, which may be wrong, totally wrong, but it's Murder Construct Results. I don't know if
Is
you've
that
heard that.
is that Revenge?
Revenge.
Well, who's the band?
Murder Construct.
Oh, okay. I was
I,
imagining commas between 3 words.
No, no, no. Murder Construct the band
Okay.
and Results the album.
Okay.
This is the like the perfect death grind album, but it's maybe totally wrong. But that's how I see it. Don't know if you've listened to it, so we can argue, but
No, but Noel to me is another.
okay, yeah.
They're allowed to say we are a death grind band.
I mean, Noel, they've changed their sound so many times. Yeah, it seems like every album sounds different.
I agree and also disagree. Like their formula of we have a dude who looks like Nosferatu who can do the craziest vocal.
Oh wait, I, I'm
Thinking of the
not
wrong
thinking about
band.
Noel. Yeah,
Okay.
it's another band. I don't know what it is, but it's another band.
Uh,
Sorry.
th- th- to be fair, Noel has changed. Their sound has like evolved. Now their thing is like really neat and unusual, which is Victorian, like antiquarian death grind, just
Yeah,
stylistic. And dude, it's awesome though. Have you seen them
yeah.
live?
No, I
It's
haven't, but
it is
I
awesome.
was thinking about Wake actually.
Not even close, bro.
Mm.
I
Not
know, I
even
know,
close.
I know.
uh Number 6 is Thin, the overlapping nature of things. Again, another sassy take. I feel like all my takes are just like this is something real and other stuff is not real. I
Hmm.
didn't mean for it to be like that, but okay, at this point in my life, if I see a band tagged as Math Grind on Bandcamp, here's what happens. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll be the judge of that. Let's see if it's actually that. Thin actually is Math Grind. And so it's like, okay, well, yeah, okay, it's Math Grind, but it won't have the kind of production that made OG Math Grind special. There's no way it will have that. Thin is polished just enough to shine. Everything is clear and punchy, but nothing sounds inhuman or unreal or impossible to play. And
Mm.
so it's like, well, okay, it might be genuine Math Grind with flattering production that sounds like a meaningful improvement over what the genre usually necessitates, sure, but there's no way that the lyrics will make me feel anything. Here are the lyrics just very quickly to Every Day, a New Atrocity. My son giggles and has seconds of dinner. I've stopped watching news. My daughter asks for dessert. Every time I see my kids' bellies full, I think of what I've been told of a Jerusalem of gold. I can't believe what they say because I see what they do, and I pity grown men, and I hug my children, and I want to forever.
That's great.
Like, it's like not only is that super good and like genuinely touching, Ashley has like dude, his vocal is like the highest shriek, which is
Yeah,
an extreme value judgment for me, especially when it comes to this kind of music, which this kind of music summons like an extremely potentially summons a very scrutinizing judgment from me because like my ideal is so hard to like touch, I guess, but they really avoid that scrutiny. They amaze me. Fen is an important band to me. Super cool. Number 5.
it's very good. A very good album, which lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it flies by, of course.
Mm.
Number 5 is One O Tricks Point Never, Tranquilizer. One O Tricks Point Never. This is my favorite electronic music artist, probably of all time. I didn't write a ton for this one because it kind of grew on me over time. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to be super hyped on it because it's mostly a collaboration album, as far as I understand. I'm sorry, I don't have the collaborator's name right in front of me, but basically all you need to know is that Daniel Lopatin, he has a creative tool belt that's it's just a magician's hat. and he's somehow able to keep pulling rabbits out of that hat. I don't know how he's able to do it, but he does it every time. He's the best. Number 4 is agriculture, the spiritual sound. I'm just going to read exactly what I wrote. As a black metal album, spiritual sound didn't just exceed my expectations, it drove over them. And when I used the last of my strength to raise my broken hand in hopes that someone might help me to my feet, they shifted into reverse and backed up over me. Love is real, and I love agriculture.
Wow.
Number 3 is Yowie taking umbrage. Also short, Yowie is your favorite math rock band. Tech death like Arcspire, wishes it were technical death metal like Puron, and technical death metal stands at attention. They give the salute when Yowie walks by. Count it and weep. Number 2 is Ethel Cain Perverts. The only reason this isn't my number 1 is because it's not really something I'm listening to on repeat. To me, Perverts is something like Gen Z's 20 jazz funk greats by Throbbing Gristle. So I kind of need to explain that.
Please.
In 1979, Throbbing Gristle released 20 jazz funk greats. It's an album with cover art that's incredibly unsuspecting and plain. It's just the band standing in tall grass. Everyone's smiling. If you saw this in a record store in 1980, you would probably just skip it. You would have no reason to think that the music was like anything special at all. But it's actually, this is the band that coined the term industrial music. And that album is extremely explicit and disturbing, even by today's standards. The cover art is actually a photo of the band standing on Beachy Head cliffs. According to Wikipedia, Beachy Head was the 3rd most common suicide spot in the world, which is graphic. I'm sorry, but basically, yeah, it's an unsuspecting album cover, and the music is horrifying. And Ethel Cain was already famous when she released Perverts, like millions of monthly listeners on Spotify or whatever, famous. With a large portion of those listeners probably being, teenagers who found Preacher's Daughter on Instagram or TikTok. The music has been dark and non-conventional from the very beginning, but there's really nothing that could possibly prepare a 16-year-old Preacher's Daughter fan who maybe lumps together like famous musicians or pop stars, lumps all of them together. Nothing could prepare that person for a genuinely frightening 90-minute drone album with vocals that sound like they're coming from outside your window at 2 a.m. No famous pop star has done anything remotely alienating as this to their fan base. And I would be shocked if another ever did. Not only is Perverts unprecedentedly brave in regard to potentially pissing away your entire fan base, but it's a really good album. If 1% of the kids from TikTok listened to House of Psychotic Women and thought, wow, I've never heard anything like this, but I want to listen to more music that's like that, then those kids have received like a huge special gift that all of us have received at one point, which is just to be amazed and shocked by music. And to hear something so powerful and meaningful that the rest of your life is essentially instantly rerouted by what you now know from listening to that album. Like, that's awesome. I think we've all experienced that, and I want that for everyone. I think kids deserve that. So it's in that way, very important album to me. Culturally relevant, at least in my eyes.
It's a great album, and she released 2 albums last year, right? There's the Willoughby Tucker one and their Perverts.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you what did you think of the Willoughby Tucker one?
It's beautiful. I've probably listened to that one more, Willoughby Tucker. I have to admit, the Ethel Kane is not an artist I ever listened to until my partner put me on to her music. Uh, they're always listening to Ethel Kane. And so I think in the car, I've listened to Willoughby Tucker way more. We actually saw her play in Asheville, and it was amazing. But Willoughby Tucker is, I mean, not a 90-minute uh,
Mhm.
drone album, of course.
Existential dread
Yeah,
experience.
like Skinamarink, but the album, it's not that. It's very beautiful and very touching and very pretty and like an improvement and upgrade on the production of her previous stuff. It's wonderful. But the reason this gets the number two spot is why Perverts gets the number two spot is just what I feel like its cultural significance is.
Hmm.
Whether that's true or not is up to one's opinion, but to me that was crazy. Like if Charlie XCX put out something like that, there would be some people maybe not
There would
like
be riots.
it'd be like, I don't know if I like that. Or I don't know if I like Charlie anymore, you know? Uh so I think that was very brave and very cool. And
Like, did I get the right CD? Is that right?
yeah, yeah. Number one, Yahweh nail gun, 45 pounds, short description here. This album made me love music in a way that feels so personal. It actually feels most appropriate to just not say much. I really don't expect anyone to have the same experience. I don't think Yahweh Nail Gun is for everyone, but this album was in 2025. This album was my desert oasis. This album split the sky for me. To describe how I felt when listening to it for the first time would be like trying to describe closed eye visuals to a friend while I'm the only one on peyote. There's like really no point. It just will not work. If you know, you know. There's no point in trying to give a detailed list. It's just awesome. It's my favorite. That
I
is my
think
top 10.
I think you're wrong. This album is for everyone.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, go listen to it.
I'll go back and edit my
Yeah,
notes there.
I just checked in the textbook and that's what it says.
Yeah, if you're gonna do if you're gonna publish the notes for your top 10, maybe I could also. But before I do that, I'll make sure to edit. Uh yeah, it actually is for everyone. I've got it highlighted.
Thanks, great list.
Good
Of
list.
course.
And Jeff
Thank
too,
you.
I gotta say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Leave me.
Matt.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, like, for now, we have three very different lists, and I love that. We can, have some discussion about that. And I'm curious as to where you're gonna lead us with your
I
list.
it's interesting. I'm not sure this is correct. I think I have exactly one album in common with each of your lists.
Oh,
I was afraid that yours and mine were going to be like have four in common.
I don't think so. Correct me as I go if I'm wrong, but I've got some
Okay.
totally left field stuff
yeah.
compared to you guys, but then I've got like
You're
there was one each
you're allowed to
intersection
say
with
just wrong.
First, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to give a sweeping barrage of honorable mentions without saying very much about them.
Okay.
All of these were in contention for the top 10, and I listened to them and I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's not top 10. One of those is Yahweh Nail Gun, which I love. I don't want to diminish that in any way. The first time I heard that album, I listened to it 4 times in a row because I
Mhm.
couldn't think of anything else to possibly follow it up with. It's so
Yep.
unique. I was just like, I need to hear that again. And it's only 20
Yep.
minutes long, so listen to it 4 times. That's like one album for me. It's
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
one song.
It reminded me of stuff I hadn't heard in 20 years. I was like, oh, people can still do this in 2025. That's great. I love that album. Um, Sea Mosquito Majestas, weird
Hmm.
black metal. Love weird black metal.
Yep.
Asuna Joke, Think of You, jazzy Japanese black metal, awesome. Dissocia, To Lift the Veil, really good melodic, modern death metal. The end of track 3, one of my favorite things of the year. The rest of the album, good enough, but not up to that level. Pen Daison, Hot and Court, which Dave asked me to listen to like 6 times over the course of the year.
I
One
just,
32-minute song.
just gonna dunk on your pronunciation. I just had no idea what what you just said.
Whatever that album's called is pretty
Yeah.
good. Volning, The Wound, which is sort of long form, progressive,
Mhm.
semi post black metal. Um, Good, very good, not top 10 worthy. The Reticent, Please. Um,
Mhm.
Probably not quite as good as the Oubliette, still really good. Cave Sermon, Fragile Wings, very experimental death metal, kind of in that Piron family of, you know, weirdo, almost New Yorkish death metal in a way, but yeah.
New
Um,
Jersey.
okay, so like adjacent.
Yeah.
Um, Yellow Eyes was I thought this album would click for me. It never quite did. I think my favorite of theirs is still Hammer of Night, and everything they put out since has been like I really like this, but it's also like right on the fringe of like
Mhm.
it's a weirdness that I can never quite fully grasp. But
Did
I
you read
love
the lyrics?
in passing. I didn't study them.
Okay.
Yeah. An Abstract Illusion, The Sleeping City,
Mhm.
again, not quite as good as their previous album, still quite good. There was something about this album that didn't stick. It's big, it's long, it's complicated, it's very talented, but it just kind of passes. And then when you're done, you're like, okay, that's an album that I heard. Vauruva, I have no
Oh
idea if
yeah.
I'm pronouncing that right. Mar da Deriva, Brazilian, post-black, pretty cool stuff. Really liked that. Lema Azur, Dave mentioned. Awesome to see them still making stuff. La Fruta Perfecta Volume 1. I think there might be Volume 2 and 3 coming. Sorry if I'm wrong about that, but that's really exciting because that guy makes music like nobody else does. And then my last cut, it was number 10 until I redid my list one more time. All Men Unto Me, Requiem, this weird doom metal meets church liturgy thing that is super unique and really emotional and creative and combines, the religious imagery with personal emotional journey stuff that really appeals to me. Huge fan of that album, but it just missed the cut. So, number 10, November, Words of Indigo. Uh, November is one of the most important bands of my life. A lot of people do not give them the respect they deserve when you're surfing the internet and you're on R prog metal and all that. They come up in discussions of bands that kind of sound like Opeth, and that's pretty much it. And that's sort of true, but it's also really not. They have a unique approach to metal that is this romantic, gothic, progressive, very melodic, richly melodic, layered approach. Their 2001 album, November in Waltz, is one of my top 10 of all time. 2006 album, Materia, is one that I listened to a lot during formative years as a musician. So they're very important to me. After 2007, they kind of disappeared for 9 years, came back with an album in 2016 that was both good and sounded like they hadn't missed a beat, but also at the same time, because it sounded like they hadn't missed a beat, it was just sort of samey. And that, like, I liked that album, but it didn't stick out to me. Then they took 10 more years off and came back with Words of Indigo out of nowhere. I didn't know that was coming out, so I was super excited when that finally dropped. Um, I think they have some new members this time around. Carmelo Orlando is still the main guy, and he's still as good as ever. Um, Again, just the richness of the melodies. There's a little bit more technicality. There's some like really shredding guitar solos on this album, and the arrangements are great. And I spun this one a bunch of times. I was really happy that they are still around. It's sort of weird to see a band that like puts out an album every 9 years like clockwork, but that's awesome. Keep it going. At number 9, I did put Crick Squore, the Womb of the World. Um, I can't even tell you if I've ever fully listened to this album all the way through. It's 4 really long tracks, but
Ooh.
as I put it on and listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this is the stuff. It's this weird, long form, symphonic avant-garde death metal. And just I'm sold immediately. As soon as something like that happens, I'm like, yep, this is it. I really like this.
Very good.
Yeah. I had to get it in the top 10. And then after re-listening to Perverts and to Willoughby Tucker, I had to put Ethel Cain in the top 10. It wouldn't make sense not to because both of those albums are great. So I have Perverts at number 8. Um, for a lot of the reasons that Bishop discussed, for an artist with a legitimate large fan base to put out something like this is wild. This is unheard of. Like the first track, even the title track, which comes first, is this long droning piece with these vocals from outside of space, and it's just like, what are you even trying to do? Who are you appealing to with this? And it's like myself. Like this is music by Ethel Cain for Ethel Cain, and if you like it, great, and if you don't, go listen to something else. I didn't listen to Willoughby Tucker until this past week, and I was surprised at how much it had in common with Perverts, these big, long, spacious arrangements. But then on the more quote unquote traditional pieces, there was a soulfulness and a rawness and an artistic approach that came out that made me think this is what Taylor Swift fans think Taylor Swift sounds like. It's like, oh, she's so brilliant as a songwriter.
Gas.
I'm like, I don't know
Gas.
about that.
True.
But then I listen to like Ethel Cain doing F Me Eyes, and that song was like, wow, I can feel like the emotions, the circumstances, the story that's being told in this narrative, really powerful. I did like Perverts better. I just think it's the experimentalness, the weirdness of it appeals to me. I had an argument with a friend of mine about it, like, is it ambient music in the sense that could you put this album on to fall asleep to? And my friend was like, you'd be insane to put this album on to fall asleep to. But I did multiple times throughout the year. I'm like, this is just the right level of like interesting to have something going on, but it wasn't scary to me. Or if it was scary in a way that appealed to my emotional senses. Whatever. Amazing album. Number 7, one of my favorite things when I'm not exploring new albums and checking Bandcamp and seeing what Dave has told me came out recently is to just go on YouTube and put on like a mix of electronic songs or jungle or IDM or whatever is happening at the time. But I don't listen to a lot of new stuff in that genre that comes out. I just kind of listen to it passively. And then this album, Symphony, Draining Love Story in the Eyes of Symphony, came out, and I listened to it, and it was like, this is all the electronic stuff that I like from YouTube, but done in a fresh and modern way. And it turns out Symphony is another alter ego of the artist Sewer Slut, who I have sort of passively listened to in the past. This album was better than any Sewer Slut stuff. It's really good. It combines different electronic genres as you listen through it, so it stays fresh, and each song kind of evolves and has really good melodies, really good break beats, jungle beats, all that stuff is in there. So huge fan of that. Another genre turn at number 6, I
Just
have
just gotta say, Symphony,
Go.
they are very prolific. They released a bunch of albums in 2025.
I
So
should go listen to more of them
yeah.
because I have really only checked that one out. Um, Number 6, Kamasi Washington, Lazarus, one of 3 albums that formed the soundtrack to an anime called Lazarus that was released this past year. I didn't really know that. I was just like, oh, new Kamasi Washington music, my favorite jazz artist. Let's check that out. If you didn't know this was a TV soundtrack, you wouldn't need to. I mean, it's
That's
just
true.
fully arranged jazz compositions. There is, if you listen to it with that in mind, you can be like, okay, I see there's some like how this could go with a scene or whatever, but they're just amazing songs. It's the peak of his songwriting. I mean, The Epic was amazing and Heaven and Earth was amazing, and this stands right up there with both of those. It's a little bit shorter form, which I think works to its advantage. Like some of the songs are 4 or 5 minutes long instead of 9 or 10 minutes long, and the ideas are condensed and still really good. So this is like easily my jazz album of the year.
Wait, you just need to convince me that Kamasi Washington is not jazz for non-jazz listeners or non-jazz fans,
I
you know?
I think Kamasi Washington is jazz for both. I mean, there's obviously crossover appeal because he's worked with Kendrick Lamar and he's independently sort of famous in that way. But the Epic in particular, I felt that that album was a 3 hour crash course on the history of jazz. Like it really is talking to Coltrane and Mingus and McCoy Tyner and Miles Davis, but more West Coast jazz and cool jazz and bebop and stuff like that. And then bringing in new stuff with the strings, with some vocals, with Miles Mosley's bass work is unbelievable. And the fact they have two drummers will sometimes do these trade-off drum solos. I think that Kamasi Washington appeals to people who wouldn't otherwise listen to jazz, but I don't think he's so flying in the face of convention that if you are coming from a jazz perspective, you'd be like, well, he's not really jazz. I think he is really jazz. Maybe less so on Lazarus again because of the soundtracky nature of it, but I would encourage any listener of anything to give it a shot and see what you think.
I feel like that feeling that you have, Dave, I almost want to blame the needle drop for that. Because that can like kind of happen where if the needle drop says that something is amazing, I mean, it's a positive thing to bring new fans to a genre, but it like in a sort of negative way, it instantly gets memed on. Like I'm pretty sure he reviewed you say it's called The Epic.
That was his first one, 2015.
Okay. I vaguely remember this happening where just like if Anthony says it's awesome, then there's 100,000 people typing in all caps just little fragments of the album on every video. It ends up being kind of embarrassing, but not the band's fault.
Totally. All right. Um, Again, I keep moving genres. I think of the past like five in a row all sound totally different, but is gonna get a little more condensed from this point. Number five, a little surprised this one hasn't come up yet. It's To Be Gentle. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Very like heavy screamo,
Hmm.
progressive, not too progressive, but dynamic, you might say. And the centerpiece of this album is a 1 hour long song, which before I click play, I was like, an hour of screamo injected into my veins. This is going to be great. And it could like that could have been like my brain is on alert to like this could be the album of the year. It's a 1 hour screamo song. It's gonna be amazing. And what I found with that song is that and this is the knock that a lot of people have on progressive music in general, it just sounded like a bunch of songs glued together, and it didn't really have like a cohesive not flow, but purpose. Like, why is this a 1 hour long song instead of 6 songs or 8 songs or something like that? And I didn't feel there was a great answer. So that song's fine. It's not like you got to hear this 1 hour song. It's just sort of the album has several songs on it, and then this one big long song that's really several other songs linked by ambient interludes. Anyway, musically, phenomenal, deeply emotional, really cool imagery in the lyrics and in the way that that's expressed. So that one I really liked. That was like right on the cusp of being one of my quarter picks.
And despite that, you just said about that 1 hour song, it's your top five,
Yeah,
I feel
right.
that's a high praise.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just not my number one or two. My top four, if you've been a faithful follower of the channel, they're all my quarter picks. And I didn't really plan that. It's just that as I reflected on the year, each quarter I had picked something that I really, really liked. So at number four, tied with Bishop, I'm going Agriculture, the Spiritual Sound. We talked about this extensively. It's a brilliant album. I think the second half is slightly more appealing to me than the first, but both are necessary to give you the different perspectives that are at play on the album.
Totally.
It blends screamo, black metal, post rock, shoegaze, and it goes all these different directions and has this underlying current of both Buddhist philosophy and lived trans experience that is a very unique clash. Number three, as Jeff mentioned, Desiderium Keys to the Palace. Love this album. Intense metal. It's probably my least favorite Desiderium album, which is saying very little because I love all of their albums. I think the other two are a bit darker, and maybe that strikes me as a more appealing. Keys to the Palace tries to be more bright and almost uplifting while addressing, the emotional themes on it. It's got two super long tracks that are great. Alex's guitar work and vocal work are as good as ever. It was very cool to see him live as a solo artist, getting a band behind him, performing some of that material on stage was super sick. And he just like this guy is on top of the melodic blackened power metal genre right now. Whoever else is involved in that, Desiderium's at the top. Number two, in line with Dave, I have Mildred, part one, the 2 to 2.5 hour deep emotional post-hardcore, post-punk, post-everything journey that just goes all over the place. I talked about this album a lot in quarter three. I don't know what else to say about it. It's brilliant in a way that I don't actively engage with a lot. I'll just kind of put it on and let it immerse me. And I recommend that to people checking it out. It's not going to be like, I guess this is sort of also true of To Be Gentle in the sense that it's sort of a consistent sound for a long period of time, and you don't always need to like be giving it your full attention to appreciate what they're doing. It rewards that, but it can also just be like put it on in your car and drive somewhere, or put it on and do work, and just like then when you want to like really glare at it and look into it and be like, wow, this is actually brilliant, and I love everything it's doing. And number one,
Wait.
Sheerling.
Wait.
Go
Oh
ahead.
man, I
Go ahead.
wanted to make bets on it.
No, there was no. I had.
We all knew.
We all
We
knew. I
all
think I'd
knew.
I'd said this in the chat. It's Sheerling, Mother Effer, I Am Both, Amen and Hallelujah. An album that I could not deny, could not get away from. It just, you know, hit me in the face immediately when I checked it out. Very sort of trepidatiously. Um, wasn't that into Sprain before this, but then this comes out and it has the unique title, it has the unique imagery. It's one song that's an hour long, and I'm like,
Very unique.
okay, what are we gonna go into here? And I just found it, unlike what I said with some of those other albums, this is an album you need to set aside an hour and devote yourself to this song or this album. And you could
Yes.
do it on the live version on YouTube, you could do it on the recorded version. It is it demands patience and it demands engagement, and it communicates this confusion of humanity and gender and religion and all these deep personal themes explored through symbolism, through very tangible metaphors as well. And it covers a lot of musical ground, from heavy, repetitive riffs to drawn out atmospheric sound collages. And again, we talked about this one deeply extensively on the quarter two episode. Go check that out. That's all I'll say about it here. I thought it was amazing.
It had your favorite album art of the year too, right?
No, I don't know about that. It's the most striking, perhaps.
You couldn't stop talking about it is what I remember. You
It's
kept
also
posting
Scratch
it.
and Send.
Oh no,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to know that.
Good list. Good list.
Yeah, it is. Well, I feel, with that last one, Chilling, I feel like maybe the most impactful musical experiences we might have are down to, you know, how did you put it? You need to give it time, and you have some friction, and you need to invest time in it. And it's not easy, and I think the most impactful musical experiences we can have are those that are hard. it's maybe hard to listen to something you're not accustomed to, but you're still, trying and giving it your all. And I think this can lead and often leads to, maybe a paradigm shift in your musical journey and something like that. I think it's in this era of easy listening music and just hit a playlist on Spotify and you don't even know what band plays at what song. It's just this playlist made for you and easy to consume, and there's very little friction for you to, it's designed to be frictionless,
Hmm.
and that leads to unmemorable experiences, I feel. I compared that to maybe 20 years ago, 10 years ago even, where you needed to maybe you discover music on the radio, on the TV, or by word of mouth, and you needed to go to the actual disc store to get a vinyl, get a cassette, a CD, a beta tape, whatever. And it makes, and you had only this item to listen to, and you come back home and you sit down with your headphones or your speaker or whatever, and you put time in it to open the booklet, read along with the lyrics, whatever. And it's a much more personal experience that I don't think we have anymore.
I
And
do.
I lament that.
There,
Yeah.
there is more of a resurgence of vinyl, though. So I think
Yeah.
in some ways we are seeking that again. A lot of people are seeking that, and so that's why vinyl sales have kind of come back up in recent years.
You mean like this one?
Yeah,
I
and I myself have a pretty decent vinyl collection that's constantly growing.
tend to collect old stuff on vinyl, but not new releases.
I do a mix of both.
Yeah. I don't buy vinyls often. Very not. I don't buy CDs often.
Yeah, I don't buy CDs anymore, really.
I think I've bought
Nah.
one CD in the past like 8 years.
Whoa. What was it?
It was my 2022 album of the year, Spirit of Ecstasy by Imperial Triumphant.
Good choice. Yeah. You've got it on CD,
I did.
CD-ROM. That's
Compact
good.
disc. I listened to it in
Blu-ray.
my
Compact disc,
Walkman.
stereo. All right. Well, I think that's it, guys.
Do we have chat messages to respond to?
So there was one message. They were just asking if the list would be published to the blog. I answered that Dave, you would definitely be posting yours, and Bishop, possibly you as well. But that I would put them
Yeah.
all in the description of the video, just so that anyone coming to the video can see them in the description.
Well, then no, don't do that because then they won't watch the video.
Oh.
They gotta
Well, I
watch
did that
the
for last year's.
I
But
guess.
you have to click view more to see them.
I
That's
should.
fair.
I should. I've been meaning to publish something. I mean, the podcast, like us doing this, has made me, write about music more than I had in forever, and so much has already been written that it's like it's nonsense to not just go ahead and publish it. Otherwise, it just
Mhm.
lives in my Google Docs for no reason.
Yeah,
Um,
get it out there.
may
Yeah.
as well. I should.
It's send it to me and I'll do it.
You'll edit it,
I could.
my editor.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
So what are you listening to these days?
2026. What am I listening to?
I'm listening to this really cool thing that just came out by Stacking Thirds to Heaven.
I
Really
don't know
nice
the band.
sort of experimental noise rock kind of stuff EP. Really Really
I
like that.
thought it would be really funny on the topic of like writing stuff. Like, I thought it'd be so funny to just, I haven't published a review in so long. And what if I reviewed my own album under
There
an
you go.
alias and just hyped it up and shared it?
John
I th-
Barron says this album is great.
yeah, yeah. Adam Smith, Mark Smith. It's like, dude, best album ever. So good. 2026 though, what have I listened to? That is a good
Do
question.
we want to do this or do we want to save this for the Q1 pod?
I
That
mean,
makes sense. Yeah, that
you
makes
could just
sense.
mention a few.
Nightmare,
I mean,
Hell
just
Interface.
yeah.
Good.
But I've taken so much um I've got so much delay with that listening back to all of 2025. I'm like 2 months off and I'm just like running through these 2026 albums, just like a few tracks in. I'm like, okay, this is good, this is not good, let's go. And I think I'm almost done with January for now. I mentioned a few albums already in January. There's the Woe album that was good.
Mhm.
I recently added Mathis Pasco. It's kind of an indie jazz. It's very soft. It's very good. It's just like it's just good music and not challenging at all. It's just very good. There's the Hamasari album. I told you about in the Discord, it sounds a lot like Arcane Known Learned. That's
Mm, it's an
thanks
amazing album.
to yeah, it's such an amazing album. I don't know if it's as good as that album, but it's a very good album. The singer kind of sounds like Jim Gray in that, kind of the same sort of, in Arcane, he was doing these vocal lines that were not, not lyrical. He wasn't saying anything, just a good vocal melody and kind of not whining it, but just like, I don't know, murmuring it. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with that album. It's more heavy than the uh, light part, the acoustic part of Known Learned. But I don't know if it's as heavy as the heavy part from Known and Learned. Anyway, it's good. It's a good album. And there's also like the Julian Laggy. I don't know how to say his name. Laggy, is that it? Do you know who I'm talking about? No? All right. Anyway, Julian Lage, he just put out a new album and it's great. It's just like jazz stuff, but it's very good. And well, maybe that's a spoiler for the Q1, but the new Korima album, it's
Mm.
Big,
go listen to it.
big.
I'm not gonna lie, the thing I've been listening to the most in 2026 is Angine de Poitrine since I found the KEXP thing and started getting back into it. I was like, "Ooh, is this? This is amazing!" So I've just been listening to
Dude,
it a lot.
I
I've
can't believe I
seen
didn't share it before.
I've seen people talking about that. Like, well, I had never heard of this band until I saw y'all talking about it, and now I see it everywhere. And
It
Yeah.
it blew up
that
very fast.
yeah. Um, you said they're from where you are, Dave.
Yeah.
You hanging out with them?
Not hanging out, but close.
Do you think maybe one day you'll have like a dotted outfit or anything like that, or
Who
no?
knows?
Do you think they'll come on the pod and do a classics episode with us?
Yeah, probably.
What would they pick? Primus
I don't know.
or Don Caballero?
Frank
That,
Zappa.
that'd be a good pick. Also a good pick. Yeah,
Maybe they pick their own albums.
classic.
Couldn't blame them.
Yeah. I think this one came out in 2024, right?
Yeah, but they have volume 2 coming out in April.
Yeah,
Very
and
exciting.
it's great.
Cool.
So, Jeff,
I haven't been listening to too much new stuff yet. The new Neil Morse Band album just came out on Friday, so I've listened to that a little bit.
Ooh.
is it good?
Um,
I didn't listen to it.
First impressions are it's not too bad. It's not bad. It's like some songs are better than others. I like kind of the vibe of the album, so I have to
Okay.
listen kind of a little bit more to really get
You're
a full
not
picture of it.
you're not selling it.
Yeah, I mean Neil does so many different things, and it's back to the Neil Morse Band lineup,
Yeah.
which is it's a solid lineup. But
Maybe I'm the only one here, but I really don't like the Neil Morse band.
yeah,
Like I really liked the last year was Cosmic
Cosmic
Cathedral.
Cathedral, yeah,
I think it was great. And
and that
you
one
know,
almost made my list. That was an
yeah.
honorable mention of mine. But um, yeah, I'd say that album is better than this Neil Morse Band album.
But man, I don't know why, but Neil Morse band, that entity, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I
It's
really
kind of the
like
same.
The Grand Experiment and The Similitude of a Dream.
yeah, I did
They
like
also
those
kind
two.
of-
Those are the two Neil Morse Band albums. They're like the best
I
of
saw
that.
Similitude of a Dream live.
Oh,
That
nice,
was spectacular.
Ooh.
I think I saw it on my birthday when they were touring for it. So
cool.
amazing show.
Did they sing Happy Birthday to Matt?
They did not, no.
No, it's a shame.
In 7/8 time.
Yeah. And multiple key signatures. All right. So next time we meet, it's gonna be for Q1, somewhere in April, I guess. Thanks everyone who came and watched. We had so many discussions with chat. It was crazy, and
Couldn't
I'm
keep
so
up.
glad it went really well. I'm beyond all my expectations, so I'm really glad about that. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with our Q1 episode. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.